Hello, San Angelo, and welcome to the Live Daily News Show. I'm James Bouligny. In news today, early voting starts tomorrow. We had the high school girls basketball playoff schedule, and a biker was arrested by the DPS last night. For our interview, Kaitlyn Brosh with Howard College is in studio, and we'll get into that interview right after this message from Jim Bass.
Right now at Jim Bass, scan our QR code and find great deals on cars and trucks. Right now, get a brand new 2024 Nissan Kicks, just $19,999.
You can only get deals like this at Jim Bass Nissan, Houston, Hart and Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassnuts.com, or you can use this QR code.
Welcome back, everybody. James Bouligny here with Kaitlyn Brosh with Howard College.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Go ahead and introduce your title because I was going to butcher it.
I am Kaitlyn Brosh. I'm the Director of Marketing, Outreach, and Student Life at Howard College, San Angelo.
All right. Yep. And today we're talking about your
Health
nursing
professions.
program. Health
Yes,
profession.
nursing and health professions.
All right,
yes.
let's talk about it.
Yeah, so what I wanted to kind of come and talk about is we're really excited that this semester, moving into, we're already in February, but in January 26th, we had our highest enrollment in our nursing programs, our health professions in general, but our nursing programs is really what pushed it over that edge, that we currently have over 200 nursing students taking classes at Howard College right now.
Wow, that's
It's
a lot of kids. That's
They're
a lot of students. I apologize.
I do the same. Some of them are older than I am, and I'm still refer to them as my kids.
Now they're in college.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really exciting for us. What did that and what kind of pushed us over is that, post-COVID, we saw a lull and a drop in people who were interested in going to the healthcare fields. Understandably.
Right.
It was high stress. There was a lot going on. And we've really, in the last I'm going to say 18 months, 2 years, seeing the pick back up of people getting interested and going back into those fields. And this past summer, when we had our normal application cycle, we have 3 different application options for people who want to go into nursing. We have an LVN program, which is a 1-year past prereqs. We have our RN, which is a 2-year past, and then we have an LVN to RN. So that could be students who graduated our LVN program who want to go ahead and continue school and do their RN, or maybe they've been an LVN for 15 years and are ready to step up into the next. So we have those 3 areas that you can apply to in our nursing area. And we usually do applications June 5th-ish. Summer is when those close, and then we pick our students to get started in August. We had so many applicants that we had enough to create a wait list for the upcoming year in both the LVN to RN program and our LVN. So we gathered our team and looked at the logistics of it and decided to go ahead and start another cohort in January. So we started, I'm giving estimates, but around 55 LVN students in August. And we had enough waitlisted that we were able to start a similar number in January, and the same with our ADN transition. We had about 45, I think, in there, and so then we added another cohort of those that started in January too. So we currently are running first semester LVNs, second semester LVNs, first year RNs, second year RNs, and an RN transition. So we've got 5 different cohorts of students running through Howard right now. There are red and black scrubs all over my campus, and it's just been really exciting for us to see that growth.
No, we just had a hospital in the Contra Valley just go to like an emergency center. Mm-hmm. So rural healthcare is super important.
Super important.
And can you kind of go into that?
Absolutely. We're not just serving San Angelo directly, right? We are getting students who are driving in from Ozona, that they're driving in from Sonora every week to do their classes or come and do their clinicals. And they're wanting to go home. They're not wanting to come work in San Angelo. They're not wanting to move off to Dallas. They're wanting to go home. They want to work and serve their communities. And so we're excited to kind of be that hub for the Concho Valley and be able to, help out those students with all of the different partnerships. Sometimes we're even able to partner for them to do clinicals where they need to, just kind of on a case by case sometimes. But rural healthcare is a huge ordeal. We've we're talking about how Shannon has now acquired the hospital in Big Spring.
Yeah.
And of course, Howard College is based out of Howard County, which is Big Spring. So that's our home campus is there. And so we're looking forward to our nursing programs and other programs on our Big Spring campus to continue growing and flourishing with some of these partnerships as well. And they're really focused in rural. We think we're rural. You look at Big Spring and some of the areas around them, they have an even more rural population than we do. So it is exciting to be able to continue pumping these students into our health profession career field, so that I'm taken care of, you're taken care of.
Right.
When we get to the hospital, somebody's there to make sure we're taken care of.
Right. And also, another thing that Howard College, it is a community college. I feel like sometimes you have we kind of talk about that stigma of being a community college.
Yeah.
But you've had students that have taken off and are in leadership roles at Shannon.
Oh, absolutely. Almost any facility that you're going to go into in San Angelo, you're going to run into a Howard College nursing graduate. Like, it's just by the numbers game, like, you're going to run into them. They're doing great. They're doing fantastic. We always have compliments from the physicians and the clinical directors on how our students are doing. Our instructors are really focused on the hands-on skills, and we require all of our nursing students to go through a CNA program before they even apply. So they are really having to learn and check out that, like, hands-on patient care before they ever even apply to our nursing program. So we kind of, any of them that are like, do that and realize this isn't really for me, they're not even coming into our program. They kind of opt out after their CNA training. And I think that really makes them stronger nurses when it comes to their patient care when they get there.
I mean, you'd want somebody who's dedicated and wants to do it. I'm not saying people who drop out aren't dedicated, but maybe it just wasn't for them.
It's not for them, right? We all had these these ideas of grandeur of what we were going to be when we grow up, and sometimes we realize, like, this isn't for me. I don't want to do this. And we were talking about, we've talked a lot about our nursing, but we also have our radiology tech program, our surgical tech program, our respiratory care program, and you asked about students going off and doing leadership things. For me personally, it's one of my, I call them my babies, my little chickens, that she was one of my work studies, and she worked with me really closely, who went through our surgical tech program and has moved off, and she went to Lubbock, and she went to Covenant, and she's received, like, Employee of the Month within their surgical tech team a couple of times, and she's only been a surg tech for 2 years, and she's out there and she's leading, and they're really complimenting her on her leadership style and the morale that she helps to continue creating within her department. And we're really proud of our students. There's another one from that cohort who is like, is taking a leadership role in our neurovascular program at Shannon. If you've had surgery in San Angelo, there's a high probability that there was a Howard College surgical tech graduate who was in that operating room with you. You're getting x-rays, you're getting MRIs, you're getting mammograms. Again, you're running into Howard College radiology graduates. You've been on a ventilator and you saw a respiratory therapist. High probability you've seen a Howard College respiratory graduate in those areas. So we really are pumping out healthcare workers into all areas, and you're running into them every day and may just not even know it.
I have had surgery at Shannon before, so.
Yeah.
All right, we've done a pretty good job pitching Howard College.
Yeah.
How do people get
into our programs?
Into the programs? How do they get in contact with y'all? How do they go about that?
So the quickest answer and the easiest answer is just go into our website, howardcollege.edu. Up in the little corner, there's like a request more information. So if you want to come out and get a tour, or you just need us to send you some information on these programs, you can come out, you can request a tour that way, and we'll get you set up and talk through the different options. We often have like career exploration days. All of that type of stuff is out there and available. Most of our programs, the ones we've talked about, are going to require what are called prereqs. So you're going to have to take like anatomy and physiology and maybe a math class or an English before you can even apply to rad tech or into the nursing program. So we'll get you started on those and help you walk through that process as you're getting ready to apply. But we also have a couple of short-term healthcare programs. So we talk about the CNA, which is a prereq for the nursing programs, but you can also have a career as a CNA. That's an option, and we have those trainings. We have a phlebotomy program, so that's the people who are taking your blood, or maybe if you've ever donated blood or plasma, those are phlebotomists who are helping do that for you. We can certify you or get you trained to do that. EKG techs, pharmacy techs. So those are all going to be like 8-week or 16-week programs that you can get in, get out, get a certification, and go out and get a job, and maybe come back and do rad tech later or something. And those don't require those same prereqs. Those are more of a whenever it's ready and a class is starting, getting in, getting registered, and getting going. So the best answer is just come to the Howard College website and request that information, and we'll be in contact with you. Or come on out. You can come out and see us in person if you want to.
Could we request a tour?
Sure, absolutely. Come out.
Right.
I love to show it off. And that's just my health profession stuff, which actually brings me to, a little bit of a plug. We're really hoping, I'm hoping to put out some really awesome information soon. We have been renting space at Shannon St. John's for several years for our health professions programs. And just a lot of different changes have happened. And the San Angelo ISD had some space that they were using on the Howard campus, and they moved those things to the Oaks campus or back to their high school campuses, which opened up some space. And so we're going to be getting to do some renovations soon, and hopefully moving, well, I know it's not hopefully, we're going to be moving all of our programs onto our home campus soon. And I'm really excited to get to make those official announcements. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll have a brand new pretty home. And then you definitely have to come out and take a tour.
We'll be there. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Ms. Brosh, did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I could talk for days, so anytime.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Back to you. Into the news, a pursuit involving Texas DPS ended just before 10 p.m. Sunday at the off-ramp from the Houston-Hart Expressway. According to police radio traffic, the chase began on Arden Road and involved a motorcyclist riding a high-performance bike. Troopers surrounded the rider, and after he exited at Main Street and apparently surrendered, 19-year-old Jordan Schwab was arrested and charged with reckless driving and evading arrest in a motor vehicle. And early voting for the March 3rd, 2026 primary election runs from February 17th through February 27th, with the main location at the Ed B. and Francis Frink Keys building in downtown San Angelo. I apologize. 4 additional early voting sites across Tom Green County will also be open during voting period with varying hours. Voters will cast ballots in these contested state and federal races, including governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, 4 Texas Supreme Court seats, U.S. Senator, and U.S. House positions under the new 2025 congressional maps. Both parties will also consider non-binding propositions, with 10 on the Republican ballot and 13 on the Democratic ballot. Locally, Republican voters will decide contested primaries for the county court at law number 1, county clerk, and precinct 2 county commissioner. We actually did a forum last week at the ArcLight Bar and Grill. You can go check that out on our Facebook page and our website. Finally, into some local sports. The UIL girls basketball playoff tips off in West Texas, and the Concho Valley has multiple by-district matchups across classes 6A through 1A. In Class 6A, Odessa Permian, Midland Legacy, and San Angelo Central headline Region 1 games, while several 2 and 3A teams, including Wall, Coahoma, Mason, and Cristobal, also open up postseason play Monday and Tuesday. Region 1 and Region 4 brackets feature games in sites such as Monaghan, San Angelo, Comfort, and Junction. In the 1A classification, Garden City, Erie County, Blackwell, and Robert Lee are among the teams competing in Region 2 by district contests. Go to sanangelive.com for the full schedule of games. And we'll get into weather right after this message from Jim Bass. Excuse me. Come back, Banda. We'll get into weather right after this message from Jay Chandler.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Into the weather, we have a beautiful week ahead for San Angelo. Right now it's 80 degrees outside, and the low tonight drops down to around 54. Tomorrow it should be a bit windy, with wind gusts getting up to about 20 miles an hour, but we could see winds in the 30-mile-an-hour range. The high will be 85, and the low will be around 49. On Wednesday, the high will be about 80 degrees, and then it will be mostly sunny out, and then that low jumps down to 48 that night. After that, however, it starts to cool off gradually as the highs decrease each day after that. And we'll be right back after this word from Condos, Diamonds, and Coins.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley. Go follow us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app.